Hey, well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jann Scott with another Jann Scott Live. So, you all know about the Boulder attack that took place 2 days ago on Sunday. And I thought I should really chime in on this and talk about it because when I live in Boulder too, I know all the players and I know all about this city. And let me put it to you succinctly in a straightforward way. Um, Boulder does not have enough police. We don't. Our police department is down 38%. 38%. And it has been since around 2017. And the excuse is that they can't find officers who want to work here, but then the conditions that they have, the qualifications that they put on police officers is they all have to be DEI. It is, you have to have a college education, you have to have certain sensibilities, you probably need to be a liberal, and they just throw policing right out the door and try to fit certain types of people into our police department. So therefore, they don't hire anybody. The second thing that happens is they don't pay them anything. Police officers should be started out here in wealthy Boulder, Colorado at 100,000, 125,000. They'll find plenty of them. Find some real police officers. There are people who are dying to work in Boulder, and you can find them. They're generally like guys that retire from places like New York City or Los Angeles, really highly qualified police officers with a lot of experience. But no, they don't do that. They look and they say, well, we don't have enough women police officers. Nope, we're not hiring anybody until we get a certain amount of women. And we don't have enough gay officers, so we're going to hire a lot of gay officers. We had a lesbian police chief about 4 years ago. They found her from a university police department, brought her right into Boulder. She had no experience with big city policing, but she was all about DEI, right? And then what happened? We had the King Super shooting of 2021, and she was over her head. She had no idea what to do. Thank God the Boulder Police Department has some qualified guys in there that basically knew how to stop this shooter. He killed 10 people. But so this chief of police, female lesbian chief of police, goes to city council and says, I have this whole new DEI program and we're going to be a great police department. Meanwhile, they're down 38%. So it's about 150 police officers. They're down 45 police officers. So when this firebombing took place on the Pro Street Mall, did they have a police officer marching with the Jewish marchers? No, they didn't have enough cops. Previous to that, before we got into all this nonsense about we have to have certain types, they need to look a certain way, forget about whether or not they know how to be police. Um, they used to have police officers with marches, but not anymore because we don't have enough police officers. It's unbelievable. So I don't mean to be insensitive here, but there's a time to talk about it, and the time is now uh, because it happened again. If this march had a police officer with them, they knew there was anti-Semitism in Boulder. They knew the uh, the Free Palestine people they're in city council meetings every single Tuesday, yelling and screaming at the Jews. We have a couple of Jewish council people, and they let these cretins, these pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas people in there, and they scream and disrupt every single city council meeting. Everybody's been watching that. I bet you this guy that came from down in southern Colorado that came up here and firebombed Boulder. He figured this is easy pickings. Hell, I'll just go up there, firebomb these people. They're not going to protect the Jewish marchers. That's what happened with Ahmed. Remember the guy that shot up King Supers? So he hated white people. He hated Americans. He was a radicalized Muslim. He goes and then he watched the what is it? The gun bill not pass in Boulder. So he decided to come to Boulder and teach us a lesson, bought an AR and came to King Soopers and shot 15 people. It was his way of getting even. I talked to the district attorney. I talked to the police. I said, hey, this was an act of terrorism. This was this was a radicalized Muslim who got together in his brain with the Colorado, gun association in his mind, and then decided to come and just show us about, well, if you're going to try to ban assault weapons, I'll show you. I'll buy one and come to King Soopers and kill everybody. Did they label it? That's what it was? No, they didn't. He was just a little unfortunate. He was upset. And they damn well nearly did the same thing here with this guy from Egypt, this radicalized Hamas person from Egypt who decided to firebomb the Jews on the Pearl Street Mall. And the first mention out of the new chief of police, Redfern, was, well, we don't know what this is. And he was, he was going to go sideways on it until the FBI got in there and said, nope, this is a terrorist act. So I'm telling you, Boulder and the rest of the world, no, we have a big problem here. And the problem is the ability to face reality of what the hell is going on. Okay. And one thing that's going on is we don't have enough police. This is the fault of the Boulder City Council. Had they hired enough police officers, that firebombing would not have taken place. Do you know why? Because they always have a cop with a march to make sure that there's safety. But when you're down 35%, that's what you get. I'll talk more about this later. Jann Scott, talk show host, Boulder, I'm out.